Hey everybody, I said I was going to be back in a few minutes with the live shot. I'm here with Allison, and this should be a fun interview. This will be a fun interview for me. You're watching the Daily Bend, Beau'd Not Broken, and we try and come to you every day with some kind of a live show and highlight superheroes. She's a superhero. Everybody on my show is a superhero. See that muscle? Wow, look at that. And we come to you at different times of the day, and yes, we have in production a weekly show on Flash TV, so I wanted to throw that out there. We're doing a lot of editing. I want to thank Christian Jensen and Josh and everybody a part of what's going on with the shows, and I'll let you know when they come out, but for now they're live like this. So Allison, I asked you to come on because what really intrigues me about healing, we're going to talk about healing,
yes,
are people that have a gift. And you have a gift. When did you find that you knew you had what you had, and what did that look like, and how over your life has that changed or whatever?
Okay, well, with my energy healing, the Reiki part, I started that around 2006, and it was by accident. I have a wonderful friend, Diana. Hello, Diana.
Diana?
That got us into group sessions of Reiki, where someone would go and lay out, and we would, help them.
So that's like Reiki, the name, right?
Reiki, yes.
Okay,
yes.
and what does that stand for?
It's a Japanese word for energy healing. So
Okay.
basically, I do energy healing and hypnosis.
Okay. Hypnosis, kind of,
Yes.
ooh, hypnosis.
No dunking your head in the toilet.
with a sense of humor. So when did you feel like you had? Was it younger in life? Were you
Yes.
teenage girl? Were you
Yeah.
even younger?
It was really funny was I was hypnotizing the neighbor kids when I was probably 13, and not making them dunk their head in the toilet, but I was making them. I didn't even know what I was doing at the time. I was just simply putting my hands on their head, which is now called cranial. I'm finding out that it's a different kind of healing. Anyway, and they would go into the deepest level of trance, the somnambulist state, and I would get them to do funny things because I didn't know that I could actually help cure them at that point.
So you're a teenager and you're throwing the hex, or not the hex, because that's not the good, but whatever, on little ones, and so you knew how you had power to
at least put them out.
Okay. So
I was making them run basketball courts and races, because when they were under, they would go, and I was laughing because it was just fun for me. And now I wish I would have known I could.
So you're just like this.
Yeah.
So did mom and dad know, or who else? Were you just like kind of off in your own? Oh, I'm a little bit different.
The neighborhood.
I'm a little bit different.
There are some things that I can do as far as I used to know when bad things were going to happen before, and my parents would listen to that a little bit. But as far as
not a still small voice thing, but we're talking like you could see, you could pre.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I was born with that. I was born with this little remembrance of, I guess gifts is what people call it now, but I could remember I was talking to, not really, what is it, the friends you're, oh gosh, I can't even think of
like
the word.
special friends, or like a special friend?
I have some special friends. I have some special friends. No, gosh, I can't. Anyway, my guides.
Guides, okay.
I'll just call them my
guides.
guides. But I could see them, and they would talk to me as far as danger, things coming up, even tests. Not that I cheated, but
right.
I had a little help.
So you also, you were very intelligent, you understood what,
Yes.
you have been able to understand a lot of things. You're watching the Daily Bend here on Beau'd Not Broken, and we're with Allison. And for those of you out there, I sometimes I'll get people who go, wow, I need to see her, I need to talk to her, or wow, that's a bunch of crap.
Right.
What do you say to those people that say, oh, this is the healing, different types of healing, it doesn't work?
Well, we usually tell.
I know that's kind of putting you
yeah,
on the spot.
and it's like, ow.
But it does to
It works.
some people, to many people it does.
But it works for all people, and they say you have to allow it or be all right with it, but that's not entirely true either. There, you will still get a benefit. If I had an energy session with you, and you're a non-believer, you'd still benefit from it. You may not benefit from the full potential,
Right.
but you still will benefit. Like an energy session will, it can actually. We're not supposed to say the word.
Right.
But it will ease your pain.
What kinds of things? Okay, so
I can give you some examples.
what kinds of things can you do for people that may have issues with depression, addiction, psychological PTSD? Maybe the normal things. I don't know if that's normal for your clients or not. But what kind of happens? What transforms when you're involved in sessions with them?
So we've had some, all of those things, PTSD, a lot of depression, sadly, like you've been saying. That's the sad thing, that it's very prominent. But like we've had some heroin addicts, and we'll do an energy session with them. Generally, I do it with my business partner, Emily Baxter, and Stockdale. Sorry, Brandon, Emily. Her name's Stockdale.
Sure.
And then there's the Araya team, with Nicole and some of
Right.
the other people. But
Right.
when we have you in a session and we are doing, it's crazy to call it. We're just a conduit for the energy from the universe, the God source.
So you're not this magician with the ego. No. It's more.
Nope. I'm a hose, and they shovel the energy right through us, and it comes right out of our hands.
Okay.
So it's hard to explain because it's amazing. If you have it, you feel happier, freer, lighter. Your brain is less jumbled. You have clarity. It gives you clarity and a lot of.
And you're not you're not naked on a table with towels.
Sorry. No.
Yeah. Okay. So we don't. It's not, and nobody jumping around and all that stuff. What do your sessions cost a certain amount for certain things, or you don't have to divulge that.
Yeah,
if there's anybody that's interested, I've posted Allison's name on there, and you can get a hold of her.
Yeah, please.
We can give phone numbers and stuff, but
yeah.
What's like the costs, or they're like,
So we do mainly the energy healing is 30 minutes, and it is around $40.
Right.
Sometimes less, because we do discounts. We have like $20 deals all the time.
You get people that are coming back for more and more.
Referrals. We give them discounts,
Okay.
but like we'll do specials. Like Mother's Day's coming up, and we have had a ton of people ask, "Are we doing a special?" Because honestly, you will leave feeling healthier, clearer, not so depressed. And a lot of the heroin addicts, I mean, we've had some that started with really bad heroin addiction, and in less than a year, we're getting married in the temple. Like, gone, free, no craving, gone.
Wow.
Amazing.
So other than experiences like that, what are some of maybe one or two other experiences that were just almost eye-opening for you as well?
Okay, good question. Because in the beginning of this Reiki, hypnosis I've been doing for too long, but the energy work, my son broke his arm, literally broke his arm, and they put a half cast on him. And I called in a few of my Reiki friends, and we did an energy session on him, and his bones healed, and he went outside and played, took the cast off, went out and played. It's magic. But it comes from above, and it's healed bones, taken away Lyme disease, stopped addiction, helped with depression. We've had a gentleman that had some pretty bad medical problems, and he's almost walking normal again, like unable to walk right.
Right.
He's able to almost walk on his own two legs again.
Where do we draw the line? Where do we find? There's probably a few people that do what you do.
Yes.
How do you know who's for real, and how do you know who just wants a date, or who just wants to find a, you know what I mean? How do you do that?
I don't know.
Okay. All right. Well,
I do not know, but I would say we get a lot of referrals because people actually know and feel what we do.
Right.
And so we do a lot of referrals.
More men than women? More women than men?
Both.
Just both.
And young and old. We have
really?
I have some really good testimonials from a 14-year-old boy who's, you know, he had really bad ears, meaning I don't know if he had a lot of tubes in them or something.
Right.
A lot of infection, and he's been doing 1,000 times better since coming. And he's a 14-year-old young man, and he tells all of his friends and teacher. He refers people to us.
Wow.
Lots of people.
Wow, that's good. Yeah, and again, you're watching Beau'd Not Broken, the Daily Bend with Allison, and she's worked with Nicole Tolman, who I've had on before, and I'm sure there'll be more workings with, you know, her in the future and things like that. And I know you have a partner as well.
Emily Stockdale.
Yeah, and we'll plug that.
Sorry.
We'll put your information up there. Are there? I guess one of my final questions is, you know, when this, how do we get more people over to that side?
Yeah.
Do you see a lot of people that go through traditional, you know, counseling, traditional, therapies and all that, and they end up coming to you?
Yeah.
And not to say that those don't work. They may
do.
work. Sometimes they don't work. They work in conjunction with what you're doing.
In conjunction with, because I think there's the Western way of thinking, and then I think that there is this healing, this awakening that's going on. Like with my hypnosis, that takes longer than a half hour. By the way, could be 3 to 4 hours, and payment judged on time.
Right.
It's an awakening. It's remembering why you wanted to come to this earth. So a lot of people don't remember they signed up to come to this earth, and then they get depressed because they're here.
Right.
And so it's this trap. So I think, you know, conventional therapy and us helps you remember who you are.
Okay. Well, I think that lends a lot to legitimacy. Is, you know, everybody's.
Yeah.
You know, you probably get referrals from doctors and therapists too, as well, and then you're referring them to, you know, in the other types of cases.
Because there are some things that you do need, and I'm not on medication, but there are things you absolutely need medication for, and then there's things that you don't. And I mean, I put my hands on someone that was on medication, and they just started to jump around on the table, like, just because it was getting rid of the toxins from their body. It was just taking them out.
Okay.
Literally.
Speak to depression. You probably see a lot of that.
Yes.
Is there any real, you know, and I talk to a lot of people too, is there any real combination to each individual? I find every individual has their depression based on their own, whatever those issues are.
Right.
There are a lot of people, most humans will go through some type of depression.
Yes.
But, you know, in your mind, what's key to kind of keeping people, you know, motivated, and also not being so depressed that they, you know, want to, you know, take their own life, something like that?
I've had some that have taken their own life, some that almost succeeded, and then some that I've also talked down from that too. And I think a lot of it stems on what I've seen is people feel so alone, even though, and sometimes it's hard to even clarify that, because you could be around all of your family members and all these people that care about you and still feel all alone. So I think sometimes you have to learn to love yourself first.
Interesting. We talk about that quite a bit.
You have to learn to love yourself, and yourself sitting alone in wherever you are, and then you can go out. But you also still need the support of family and friends to say, you know what, let's go play basketball, let's go shoot some hoops and get outside and do stuff. But I think you have to love yourself, and that doesn't go for everyone. I know that some of it is chemical, you know, some of it is a chemical depression, you know, some of that we see, a chemical imbalance.
Parting words for us. Plug your stuff, phone numbers.
Yes, he'll put our phone numbers in the comments later.
Right.
We can help. There's a bunch of us, a group of us. We all do different things, and I'm not going to say I'm the best at it, because I'm not. I'm just good at what my specialty is, which is the Reiki energy healing and hypnosis. But there's a lot of others: acupuncture, And if you are hurting and depressed, reach out. Reach out to people. It's not a burden to bear alone, and just reach out.
Thank you. Thanks for your time. And the weird thing is I was in a meeting with her one time, and she read my mind. I think she reads my mind all the time.
I can read minds, by the way, yes.
Yeah, we won't go into that right now. Thanks for watching, everybody. Make sure you like it, share it, and if you haven't gone to Beau'd Not Broken on Facebook, please go like, share. That's where we're moving everything over, and watch for the next Flash TV stuff coming out. And everybody have a good day.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.